Meg 2, sequel to The Meg. I don't know why they dropped the. Maybe it's like Meg to the trench. Like the Meg has gone to the trench because there's like a place in this movie called The Trench. Maybe that's and there are megalodons there, so maybe that's like what they're doing. Doesn't matter. The first Meg, I've seen it one time, and I saw it under a pretty flattering circumstance for the film. It was at work. I was supporting in a class and the teacher just chucked on the Meg. And I was like, alright, I'm down to watch a film. I'm at work. Fuck yeah. I had a good time. It was insane. It was silly. Kind of a classic B-movie plot line where Jason Statham put the shark life behind him. He's moved on, but this Meg is like a real problem, so we gotta bring in the one guy that can do it, and that's, Jason Statham. So he's like, fine, I'll one last rodeo. Except it wasn't one last rodeo because we have a sequel here also starring Jason Statham. Now, I did not go into this film thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna get like a true like next level. I came here for laughs. I came here for big action set pieces. I came here for sharks eating people. It's a shark movie. There have been very many shark movies. We know the deal. Sharks as a threat, I don't really think have the scare factor they did when Jaws came out. I know it's generally considered quite a freaky, scary movie. Like the tension is really strong in that film. And if you're going for something like that, you're bound to sort of fall at the feet of Jaws. So the Meg, I think, works at its best when it's just being mental. And this film is mental. Meg to the Trench is crazy. It's batshit. It's silly. But it takes a minute for it to fully get to that point. I gotta say, the first half of this film, dead. It's really boring. It's really boring. I just remember thinking so frequently during the first half, like, this is not what I'm here for. This is not what... No one wants this. Why are we with these characters? Why are we attempting to really build some tense like drama thriller shit? As far as performances goes, there's very many line deliveries that had me looking at my friend Carrie like copy that, let's get him, boys. Shit like that. There's a sock on my microphone, by the way, if you're wondering what that is. And there's also a scene where like the main villain of the movie goes on this whole tirade about how we're gonna use your stuff to reap profits and benefit millions. And in this like really like kind of caricaturesque villainous like run, and it was so cheesy, and it felt like a moment where the filmmakers wanted me to really see that hate this villain for how evil they are. They're so corrupt and rich, and they're exploiting, and they're doing all these evil things, and yeah, they're like it was just too silly. It was just too silly. I couldn't take it seriously, and there were so many very awkward scenes of the main crew, the ensemble cast that we're with at the beginning, where they're sort of bantering and like displaying their kind of friendship and camaraderie before like shit hits the fan, sort of establishing that normalcy. This one guy's like, yeah, I like go to Comic-Con, yeah, I like dress up. I don't care. It was really weird. Like, and there was just so much slow walking, and there was a really obnoxiously loud jump scare at one point in this film. The one thing I would say I enjoyed about this first half was the sound design. The sound mix in this film is really nice. All of it was extremely clear and punchy, and it sounded great in the theater. So there's that. Other than that, as far as what the film was offering me, showing me, I couldn't have given less of a fuck about anything that happened in the first half of this movie. The second half, though, it's literally like the second they make it out of the trench and they go back above land, the film becomes an absolute riot. It's literally like a whole different director comes in. It's crazy. You can genuinely just feel the shift, and it's all thanks to this guy, Paige Kennedy, as a DJ. This motherfucker understood the assignment, bro. Literally during the first half, he only has like a couple lines. He's not very prominent in the film much at all at the beginning, and one of the lines he says, he's like commenting on what the main characters are deciding to do, and he's like, you guys are fucking dumb. He's literally saying what we're thinking, like, y'all are some dumbasses. Like, he literally just says that straight up. Like, the film's acknowledging, like, yeah, this shit is dumb, and this guy is like our avatar almost. And then when we get above ground, we start spending more time with this guy, and he starts saying the most batshit stuff. Like, he's talking about, I got the emergency bag. He whips out like a gun. He's like, but I got poison tip bullets. From Jaws 2. He references Jaws 2. Like, it was killing me, bro. And then it like cuts to them being like handcuffed, and he just says like, well, that was some unfortunate shit. He literally says the line, well, that was some unfortunate shit. Like, that is what he said. Just that phrasing is so funny. It's just, he like straight up, bro, he like fucking straight up, this guy just straight up like just decks like 3 military guys. Like, there are like 3 guys with guns. Like 2 or 3 guys. I can't remember. I think it was like 2 guys actually. Like, pointing at him and his friend. They had guns, right? And this DJ guy just like fucking becomes a ninja and just decks him right there. Like, he just wins this. He just does a freaking like roundhouse kick. Just drops him. Like this guy was like the tech guy. He was like the tech guy. He was like the comms guy. Like, do you copy? Like, dive 1, dive B. Do you copy? Like, are you guys still alive? Like report back. Like, he was like the comms guy. Now he's like a fucking karate expert. Like, bro, the whole film from that point onwards is incredible. It takes half the movie to get there, and it is a proper slog. But my goodness, is the last hour of this movie amazing. Jason Statham. He's in the same ballpark as like a Dwayne Johnson or a Vin Diesel, where he's not really good at acting at all. But you need a guy like that, you know? He sells tickets for a reason. What he offers, it can't really be captured with a good performance. There is a scene in the film where he's talking to this young girl he's looking after, like his daughter, and he's like, you know I love ya. He like poses after he says it, like, it was like clearly for the camera shot, like clearly like for the pose, you know? And it was so good, bro. It was so good. Every moment where Jason Statham says something really like kind of cocky and like in a really stern voice, and then afterwards like laughs it off. At one point someone says to him like, I thought you'd be dead. And then Jason Statham replies, wishful thinking, mate. He just like laughs with it. It's so good. It's so great. He's great. I love him. I loved him in this movie. He's fucking strong. There was a moment where Jonas Taylor, played by Jason Statham, performs an act of great superhero strength. He manages to lift up an alarmingly heavy amount of kilograms. Tons, even. It's insane, and yeah, you just kind of gotta let it happen. You can't really question a film like this, man. Overall, I had fun with the Meg 2. It's just a shame that it took like an hour for them to really get what it had to be. And there are many other moments I could read off to you. There's one involving a helicopter and a gas hose. Bro, you just kind of got to see it to believe it. Like, honestly, it delivers the silly fun shit that you want. Ultimately, it does. I'm quite satisfied. Me and my friend, we left very giddy over a lot of this film. And even in that boring first half when it was trying to be overly serious, we even got some laughs out of that too, because they just could not sell it. This guy especially, holy shit, every like stern serious line he had was fucking hilarious. It was just so not convincing. It was incredible. I'm gonna give this film a 6. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It probably deserves lower, but I'm me. I can only speak from my own experience, and I had overall a good experience. So I think it gets overall a good score. Narrowly, I would say it just about delivers what you would want from the film, which in my opinion, what you want from the film, I don't know you, to be fair, what I wanted from the film was a stupid, over-the-top, dumb shark movie with crazy over-serious set pieces, and it delivered all of that. There you go, there's my review of Meg 2, The Trench. Thanks for watching, love you, check out my music, bitch. Out now everywhere. And give me questions, doing a Q&A. Drop a question in the comments. Alright, love you, bye.